Hello, there we go. Give me just a second. I'm finishing to advertise this impromptu stream everywhere. I don't know how many people are gonna show up. I hope some people show up because I really love this game. Actually, is there a sound test here? I wonder if there's a sound test in the game. Give me just a second.
Select a mode. Options.
I don't think there's a sound test.
Select a mode.
This song gets a little bit tiring, doesn't it? Alright, I'll tell you what. Let me just finish advertising this.
Select a mode. Select a mode.
Select the mode. Okay, you know what? I will select the mode. Give me just a second.
Career. Select a career mode. World Tour. Select a tour.
There we go. Hopefully he shuts up here.
Select a tour.
Select the tour. Alright. I think I finished advertising the stream.
Select a tour. Select a world tour. Select a tour. Select a GP.
Alright, so
Select a cup.
we're playing Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. This is one of my favorite games of all time. This game is crazy. It's so good. It's so good. I love this game so much. It's the best kart racer I've ever played. And it's one of the best racing games I've ever played, period. I mean, it's so good. It's so good. You all have no idea how good it is. Evening yan, Philzors. Let me just adjust the chat window here a little bit. Maximize the small space. Anyway, this is Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. It's amazing. I love it. I love it so much.
Select Dragon Cup. Choose your difficulty.
I hope you get to see. I hope you understand how, why I love it so much as I play this game. Let me just adjust the windows here. I really didn't announce this game at all. So I expect it to not have a lot of people. Yeah, absolutely get this game. If you already don't have it, just get this game right now. It's so good.
S-Class. Characters.
It's so good. It's so good. It's one of the best racers I've ever played. It's done by people who know about racers, right? People who have worked on Metropolis Street Racer and Blur and other games. It's great. It's so good. I love this game so much. I love this game so much. Hi, Shift. Alright. Yes, there are Team Fortress characters. Let's run through all the characters here real quick, shall we? So we have Sonic the Hedgehog, right? Here he is, Sonic the Hedgehog. Y'all know and love him, right? It's got his name on the title. So, you know, there's Sonic. Everyone say hi to Sonic. They have Tails, of course, right? You can't have Sonic and not have Tails. So you have Tails. Then you have Knuckles, which, you know, another staple. Hi, hi, Pippa Pixie. Welcome to the Fantasy Zone. I've decided to stream this game because I'm in a really, really good mood. I thought it would take me at least another month for my first dose of the vaccine. And now it turns out that I'm gonna have it Sunday, like this Sunday. So I'm in an extremely good mood, and I decided, you know what? Why I don't just play one of my favorite games of all time to celebrate? So anyway, list of characters, right? You got Sonic, you got Tails, you got Knuckles, of course, right? The three Musketeers. Thank you so much, everyone. Then you have I, Super Monkey Ball. Okay. So that's the Sega part of the name of the game, right? Then you have Beat from Jet Set Radio. That's cool. Then you have Amy. Everyone loves Amy. Everyone knows Amy. Nice. Let's take that vaccine together, Levant. Then you have BD Joe from Crazy Taxi. So that's fun, right? Can't have a racing game that's Sega without BD Joe. Then you have Mimi, also from Super Monkey Ball. Ulala from Space Channel 5, looking extremely fabulous with this car. Then you have Ralph from Wreck-It Ralph.
Ralph.
This game was released around the same time that Wreck-It Ralph was released in theaters. And so, you know, part of the cross-promotion thing that they had with Disney, that they just added Ralph to this game. Okay, so then, right here, you have Amigo from Samba de Amigo. Okay. And then you have Danica Patrick. NASCAR, a real-life racer from NASCAR, I believe. Danica Patrick. Okay, so that's kind of like the lineup that we're dealing here with, okay? Then we have Shadow the Hedgehog. We have Vice from Skies of Arcadia, a property that doesn't receive that much love, so that's exciting. Then you have Dr. Eggman. And then you have Knights, except Knights is not the driver. Knights has turned into a car, you see. You know, because Knights turns into stuff in Journey of Dreams, right? And a Nigtopian is like driving her, so that's weird. Then you have Gum from Jet Set Radio. Then you have Joe Musashi from Shinobi, from the Shinobi games. Then you have Pudding from Space Channel 5, the rival character from Space Channel 5. Then Gilius Thunderhead
Gilius.
from Golden Axe is here. Riding on a Minotaur thing? It's a pretty cool ride, I think. Then you have Riala. Same deal as Knights, except instead of a Knightopian, it's like a Meepian, I believe. A Meepian is riding it, or a Nightmarian or something. Then you have this. Aegis. It's a Daytona car that transforms into the Afterburner aircraft, and then also a VMU controller. That's awesome. You have Metal Sonic, Alex Kidd, Shogun from, I don't remember the property. It's like a strategy game on PC. Shogun Total War or something. I don't remember. Then you have Football Manager. Then you have Football Manager from Football Manager. And then you got the Team Fortress guys. General Winter, which I think from Total War or something. I don't know. It's from a PC game. Then you have this, which is another PC game that I don't understand. And then you have Ryo. But it's not just Ryo. Ryo is just driving an Outrun cabinet.
Ryo.
I'm gonna play as him so you can see.
Balance.
This game is amazing. Total War Rome. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Get ready. 3, 2.
He's playing an Outrun cabinet as he drives. Isn't that awesome? Like he's not even looking at the road, dude. And I think that's pretty awesome. Anyway. Hold on, I'm gonna lower the volume a bit. It's a bit too loud on my end. Maybe it's not on your end, but on my end it's a little bit too loud. Anyway.
Fireworks. Nice.
You have a drift, right? And you charge up the drift. You can see here it's level 1, level 2. And if I were to charge it further, it could charge into level 3. Here's the thing. If you use a boost while you're boosting, your boost level goes up. So there's also flipping, right? With the right analog stick, you can use it to flip to other directions and accumulate boost that way, right? And that's the main mechanic of this game that is like interesting and cool. Is that there is a lot of ways to like grab to like charge up boost, right? It's not just drifting.
Long shot. Transform boost.
By flipping in midair and doing these combos of like drifting and flipping in the air, you get to accumulate a lot of boost. And boosting is really good in this game because not only, you know, it allows you to go faster, but also there was a chasing attack coming after me. There was a chasing attack coming after me, right? And
results.
If you boost at the right time, attacks that chase you, you just evade them, right? I think that's a mechanic in Mario Kart too, but the timing is extremely tight in Mario Kart. I think that the items here are extremely well devised in a way that is like they're more geared towards being an actual racer rather than like a party game. So I think that this game is actually not very good for parties. I would recommend like Mario Kart for actual partying, you know, for like a party game kind of thing. But this is just like an extremely good racer that has kart racer mechanics. Hold on a second. I'm dropping a lot of frames. Give me just 1 second to adjust here. Maybe if I adjust a slightly lower bit rate. There we go. There's a lot of mechanics here. You know, and also, you know, you can transform, right? Your car transforms as you go into the water. Or if you go into the skies, you can transform into a boat or a plane. And each gameplay type is really interesting and really good and brings really good variety to the game.
Get ready. 3.
If you press acceleration right before each of the 1, 2, 3, right? Like 3, 2, 1. You also get boost that way. The firework is basically your Koopa shell, your green Koopa shell. You throw it and then it ricochets everywhere. Ice is a projectile, but it doesn't bounce everywhere, right? So you do need to be really careful with it and aim it really well. And here, that's what I like about this game so much. It's not so much a party game. It's more of a combat racer in some ways, right? Because there's a lot of emphasis on like aiming your shots right, or you know, employing boost tactically to evade someone's attack. Yeah, Team Sonic Racing is what you're trying to say, right, Cozy? Yeah, so unfortunately, Team Sonic Racing was also developed by Sumo Digital, but it is nowhere near as good. It's in fact not very good at all. A game as far as I heard. But I've not bought it and I've not played it because I heard a lot of like really negative things about Team Sonic Racing. Basically, you're asking like, how could Sumo Digital develop such a great kart racer here, right? With their expertise in with their team members' expertise in racing games such as Metropolis Street Racer and Blur and Outrun 2, right? Like this game owes a lot to Outrun 2. How could they make a Team Sonic Racing? And apparently, from what I've heard, Team Sonic Racing was done by another team entirely at Sumo. It was basically done by basically like a team of newcomers, right? Like them trying to prove that they could. This was like their first big game, and I don't and. Whoever was in charge of design there and whatever and balancing did not understand this game or racers as intimately as the people in charge with this game do. Like I've heard that if you get hit, you lose your speed entirely. Like your speed is just gone. Like, you don't deaccelerate when you get hit. You just, like, stop completely. And you need, like, teammates to help you get up to speed. But also the team mechanic is, like, completely busted. Like, there's a whole mechanic about, like, if you get an item, you can pass it over to a teammate. And if you do that, you build up your super gauge, right? By the way, Afterburner stage, isn't this cool? So good!
Get ready. 3, 2.
So basically, what I heard from Team Sonic Racing is that every time you pass an item box to a friend, you get a bit of your team's super gauge increased. So basically this means that the dominant strategy is to keep passing items back and forth between your teammates over and over again to build that super meter really fast. It's basically like this really janky exploit that feels like the designers didn't consider that people could do that very well. Or maybe they considered it and didn't think of the implications of it. It feels like a mobile game. That's very harsh. That's very harsh words. Maybe deserving. What I'm saying is, if you say that it's a mobile game, to me that's a pretty bad indication of its quality.
Long shot. Low pitch.
Man, Climax is alright. Climax is alright. I'm okay with Climax. I like Afterburner Climax.
Great combo.
Anyway, I need to focus on this race more. I'm getting a little bit too distracting talking and looking at the bit rate and stuff.
Boost. All-Star. Transform boost.
If you hit 2 snowballs on the same opponent, they got frozen. And also, if you hold the shoot button for the snowballs, you shoot all 3 at once in a wave, right? Ah, look at that! Look at that sharp shooting. Ah, damn it! Stunt fail. It's pretty hard. I mean, to be fair, I'm at the highest difficulty level.
Willingness has gone all-star. Double flip. Great combo.
Also, there's a timing aspect to the flipping. If you just spam flipping, you just like do a stunt fail in the air.
All-star.
Which means not only you lose your charge, you also like lose a bunch of speed. Also, look at Rio's super. It's so dumb. He summons forklifts. He summons forklifts to like spin around as options. It's really dumb. It's really silly. Hello, Kitty Cat Herder. This game is fun. This game's amazing. Hey, if you got a Steam account and you got like a couple dollars to spare, this game is literally like a couple dollars on Steam right now. So I'm like, this stream is basically me doing free advertisement for this game because I love this game so much. The final race, by the way, it's so good. Ba 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 da ba da ba ba da ba da ba ba da ba ba. Panzer Dragoon, baby. Ah, the title screen music for Panzer Dragoon gives me chills. It's so good. And look at this, it's so pretty. It's so good. Hey, between us, better than the remake. Ah, poor remake. Or Panzer Dragoon remake. I do think this looks better than the Panzer Dragoon remake. I'm sorry.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ah, I lost my charge. By the way, Rystar is the flag man. Isn't that cool?
Control. Check this.
The blowfish is basically like your banana peel in Mario Kart. But it's very big. You can also shoot the blowfish forward. Like, and it ricochets off walls a little bit. But it is not very useful as a forward-throwing, like,
Yeah, that's good.
like as a forward-throwing item. But you can use it as such if you're, like, in last place or something. There's an enemy right in front of you. It's very effective. Anyway, this track is cool because, like, the track that transformed in the title of the game doesn't just mean that your carts transform, but the tracks also transform, right? Between laps. And this track is a really good example of that. So like every lap of this track is one different vehicle, right? So right now we are in the water part of the stage, the water lap. And then next lap it's gonna be all flying. And also in the water you do want to catch big waves and then and then do this. And then fail the stunt repeatedly.
Boost!
I don't have time to wait.
All right.
Ah, damn it. Forklift time. Also, something about a pro strat with flying is that you want to use your rows. You want to basically head for obstacles and then dodge at the last second with the rows, and that will give you boost. So basically, high level play of this game basically consists of people like chaining these risk boosts over and over again. Oh no, I'm upside down. I survived flipping. I managed to survive flipping.
Blowfish. Finish.
Not my greatest performance.
Results.
So yeah, like if you could see also Rio's machine changes between air, ground, and water. So you know, in the air he's on a Space Harrier cabinet. In the water, I don't remember what cabinet he is in the water. Yeah, it's grazing, right? It's like... So basically, like really high level play of this game in the air requires you to basically do those rows at the last minute and graze obstacles with them to chain boosts around. I'm not very good at wrist boosts though. They're very, very risky. Let's do the second cup.
S-Class. Character select.
Let's do Ages. Ages is so good. Look at him.
Ages.
Ages is so good. Let's do the acceleration. So when you choose a character, each character has like these different like mods for them that allow you to basically play the character. You know, if you like the character but you don't like their stats, you can play them with different stats, you know? You know, here's one that's more focused on handling. And this one's standard. Let's do it balanced.
Balance.
Ages is so good. Aegis is so good. It's the last character that you unlock in the single player mode. This game also has a really robust single player campaign that you can actually do it entirely co-op with a friend. You know, local co-op, unfortunately not online co-op. But you can do the entire single player campaign co-op with a friend. And that's awesome.
Get ready! 3,
So the Aegis in the water, it's a Dreamcast controller. Look at it. It's so good.
triple flip. Transform.
And when it transforms, it goes Sega. It's so good. And then you have the Daytona USA Navigator for the sound files of for the sounds of the Daytona car.
Twister. Hot rod. Great combo. Awesome combo.
Are you all right? You're looking good.
Man, this monkey ball track is awesome. It's so good. I don't know how they managed to make such a like creative and like visually busy stage out of monkey ball. It's so good.
Marvelous. Evaded. Transform boost.
good race.
Drone.
Great driving.
Stunt fail.
Honestly, we could try out an online match. After I showcase all the races here.
Super pick.
I don't know how well it's gonna go.
You're looking good. Great driving.
Transform boost.
I don't have the best of setups. Oh yeah, it makes Dreamcast noises also. Like, look at this. it's the disc rating noises of the Dreamcast. It's the horrible, lovely noises that the Dreamcast makes trying to read a disc.
Triple flip. Speed up. Transform boost. Great combo. Twister.
Look out behind you.
Stunt fail.
Okay?
Ah, stunt failed.
You're running a good race.
Great
You're
combo.
looking good. Hey, you're off the train.
Stunt fail.
You'll melt the tires. Nice recovery.
Double flip. Transform boost. Danica Patrick has gone all-star.
Danica Patrick has gone all-star. Gotta have mercy on us.
Long shot. Double flip. Finish.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy? Just you're playing this game and you're like, ah, such a great rush of Sega nostalgia. And then suddenly you hear Danica Patrick has gone all-stars. And you're like, oh, fuck.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ah, damn it, I lost my boost.
Throw. Twister.
You're looking good in a good race. Great driving.
Super pickup.
Unfortunately, none of the items are specifically Sega themed. Unless you're playing the Japanese version of this game on Wii U, then the blowfish the blowfish are Puyos in that version. And also the announcer is Takenobu Mitsuyoshi of Daytona, USA. So the hot rod item, as you can see there, as long as it's on, it gives you a boost of speed. But you have to press the item button again before it explodes on you. And whenever you make it explode manually, you don't lose speed, but it does create a blast radius that you can get enemies around you with. So sometimes you do want to explode it early, just so you can nab a bunch of rivals that way. Oh yeah, totally Croco Shift. Da 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 da. Ba da 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 bam bam ba da da. My special is that I just shoot missiles at people.
You're running a good race. Go easy on the car.
Damn it! Something hit me.
Wrist boost.
Wrist boost.
Throw.
I didn't get any wrist boost from those.
Firework.
That's okay, we're gonna nab Danica Patrick right now.
Finish.
Way to maneuver that car.
Alright, so another thing that you might have noticed is there's no blue shell in this game.
Result.
Which I think is really what I think the solution that they came up with for like what's an item that we could use to create obstacles for the first player, right? To try to knock them down a little bit so other players can catch up. And instead of the blue shell, in which there's nothing you can do with a blue shell, right? The blue shell is just like there's just nothing you can do about it. In this game, they have an item called Swarm. You saw those huge bees, right? That's a swarm. Basically, it creates a bunch of obstacles for the first place to deal with, right? It's like a bunch of huge bees spawn in the front of the first place. And it's extremely hard to dodge them, but if you're skilled enough and if you're lucky with the formation of the bees, you can totally you could totally dodge them and come away from it unscathed, right? So there is still like a skill element to that item. But because you have to maneuver around the bees, you are going to lose some speed regardless. And what's really interesting about the swarm, about the bees, is that it doesn't affect just the first place, right? It affects everyone else in the race also. So this means that everyone but you gets a little bit slowed down by that item, right? A little bit or a lot. But here's the thing: the bees go away. Oh, can you actually throw the swarms backwards? That's interesting. So what's interesting about the swarms is that the bees, they disappear as they get hit, So, the last places have more of an advantage against the bees because the first places are gonna get hit by them and make the less obstacles. And also they disappear over time. So if the first place is really, really far ahead, only the first place is going to be inconvenienced by the bees. And by the time everyone else gets there, there's gonna be like little to no bees left. So I think it's such a good idea. It's such a good idea for a catch-up mechanic. It's so smart. This game is so focused on like making sure that the game is a racer first and foremost, and that it is fun as a racer, rather than, you know, being Mario Party, which I feel is a lot of Mario Kart. It's just basically Mario Party. Like sometimes you're just gonna lose no matter what. There's nothing you can do about it.
Get ready! 3, 2, 1, go! Throw!
You know, like so often in Mario Kart, my strategy in Mario Kart was to just like keep second place, because the first place is just gonna get blue shelled, you know? And then just like nab the first position when I'm in the last lap or something. And that's just not a very fun way to play the game.
You're slipping and sliding. You're running a good race. Careful, you lost the tire. Great drive.
Fail!
You're off the track.
Triple flip! Twister! Boost!
Burning up the tires. Try to go easy on the car.
Hot rod! Aye, all-star! Nice! Triple flip! Stunt rail!
Ah, damn it, stunt fail.
You're looking good. Guard that rear bumper. You're running a good race.
Yalla, got all-star!
Easy on the
Yeah, I knew that he was gonna get me with that hot rod.
Nice recovery.
I love that it also indicates what items the other competitors have.
Right? You're looking good.
Hi Gamma Chris, this game is amazing. I'm basically doing free advertisement for the game right now because it's like extremely cheap. So I plead for people, if you don't have this game right now on Steam, just go grab it. It's really cheap. It runs on basically anything.
Stunt rail!
You know, like it's a really well optimized game. So any computer that you know, as long as you don't have like as long as you have a video card of this decade, it should probably work.
Firework!
Unless it's like an integrated thing.
Twister!
You're off the track. Try to go easy on the car. You're looking good.
Triple flip! Throw!
Great.
Yes, there we go.
Finish!
At least we got third.
Good job! Third place! Results!
Right, Gamma Chris, it's amazing. It's got a whole stage of Skies of Arcadia that I believe there's a story. I'm not sure if that story is true or not. But there's a story that the director of Skies of Arcadia, saw the Skies of Arcadia track here in this game, and he cried tears. Yeah, here we go. It's the next stage. He saw this stage and he cried tears of joy when he saw it, because it was like, oh my god, it looks so nice and pretty. They did it, and it's like, it does look so nice and pretty. I imagine this is like a huge treat if you're a big fan of Skies of Arcadia at this stage. Like, look at it. It's so good.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Me, myself, I have not played Skies of Arcadia. That's a game that I'm curious to play sometime.
Guard that rear bumper.
Throw. Goldfish. Transform boost.
Race.
Firework.
You're burning up the tires.
Triple play. Hot rod.
Let me see what Coco Shift posted in chat for a bit. Ah, there it is. I do not know if this story is true. Do you recall the reaction at all? Kodama. Oh, Rieko Kodama answered. It was very beautiful and I was equally touched. Really felt the love and care of the staff towards Skies of Arcadia. So it is true. Rieko Kodama confirmed it for us.
Twister.
Rieko Kodama, by the way, extremely important woman in video games and in, you know, in the history of Sega. She was a graphic designer at Sega. She did a lot of art for early Mega Drive games, like Castle of Illusion, I believe, and Sonic the Hedgehog 1.
Twister.
And she works currently there as a producer, I believe. And she was the one in charge of a lot of stuff regarding the first Phantasy Star.
Transform boost.
Great driving.
Medium got all-star. Stunt fail.
Yeah, she was a very involved producer in the Skies of Arcadia. Ah, what? I hit that. I looked away for a second, and then suddenly I hit that little bit of geometry. Let's get the super pickup.
Super pickup.
No, I don't think this pickup is very useful at all in the skies here.
Hot rod. Great combo.
Ah. I see shift.
Results.
Yeah, I know that, Whimsical Bird, but I'm not very good at wrist boost, especially not in this in this level, in this track. Oh, I still came up in first. Awesome. Hi, Roy. Roy, do you have this game? It's like $1 on Steam right now. I want people to get this game. I want people to get this game so bad.
Emerald Cup. Choose your difficulty. S-Class.
I see, Whimsical Blur. You did seem like the kind that knows this game a lot better than I do. Let's see, what other character can I show off? Tell me, what character do you want to see? You know what? I know what character you want to see. You want to see this guy, don't you? You want to see Football Manager.
Football Manager.
Get the console mod.
VIP mod.
The Football Manager is so funny because Football Manager, you know, it doesn't have a character named the Football Manager. You're the Football Manager. They just created a character to represent Football Manager, which is just this guy with a soccer ball helmet. Also, look at this nice stage. It's so pretty. It's every stage of here in this game is just such. They're so beautiful and such great homages to the original games.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, I'll do Lala next then, Phil Source.
Wrist boost.
There we go. There's a risk boost for you. Yeah, they gave him a little football helmet. It's so good.
Wrist boost. Wrist boost.
See, there you go. You want to chain wrist boost like that, and I get hit by by the big goal wing.
Great strike there.
Great combo.
A typical forwards tackle.
Super. Great combo.
I love how British the Football Manager is. Also, it's so good. It's definitely some guy at Sumo Digital that voiced this guy, like not even a voice actor. That's the feeling that I get from this guy.
Wrist boost.
Also, every lap the rings like change.
Firework.
They change where they put these rings on, so like the track changes, right? The track changes without actually changing the track, which is very very smart. And each of the laps you're fighting against a different Nightmare, right? It's a different boss battle. So this one, it's I forget her name. The first one was Gullwing, and then this one it's this inflatable woman.
Super pickup.
I forgot her name.
Great strike there.
Yes. Maximum.
Massive.
Yes. Triple flip. Twister. Metal Sonic has gone all-star.
How wide was that?
Low kick.
Incredible.
Incredible.
Nice. Pudding has gone all-star.
And you know, the final one is Wiseman. I think you can also wrist boost against these asteroids. but they're very hard, and I'm not very good at wrist boosts.
That's gotta be a foul. Incredible. That's right goal. Every move.
Double flip. Great combo. Stop fail.
God damn it.
Finish.
Third place.
Congratulations.
Look at him. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. This guy is awesome.
Get ready. 3, 2.
Weirdly, Billy Hatcher is not a character in this game. It was the character in the previous game of this franchise. But it's not here. It got cut off.
That's awesome.
Nice. Long shot.
Awesome.
Firework. Stunt fail. Hot rod. Stunt fail.
Shoot.
No way.
I'm not a big fan of this racetrack. I think that these caves are really hard to see where you're supposed to go. Also, he shoots footballs. His super is that he shoots footballs. He shoots giant footballs. And that's incredible.
Yes.
Blowfish. Shogun has gone all-star.
What? What even happened? I touched the wall? Really?
Incredible.
Yeah, it's really hard to read the turns here. Not a big fan of this part.
That's massive.
That's massive.
Oi. No.
Hot rod. Knuckles has gone all-star. Transform boost.
Red card.
And then after the caves, you have this section here of these really hard
Super
turns.
glove.
Ah, I popped this off a little bit late. Also, what I like about this game too, what I think is really smart, is the glove. The glove item. It's basically, you know, like a defensive item, right? But instead of just defending you against a hit, you also steal the item that was used against you on that hit. So if someone tries to hit you with a snowball, for instance, and you have the glove on, you just steal their snowball.
Tackle him.
It's just such a smart way of doing a defensive item, you know?
All-star.
Time for football, baby.
Free kick. That defense was diabolical.
Finish.
There we go.
Congratulations. First place. Results.
I don't know who this Morgan is. It really shouldn't say Morgan there. It's not even my nickname on Steam right now.
Get ready.
Oh yeah. Ah man, I skipped it. But this pre-race beat that plays here for the Jet Set Radio stage.
Jet Set Radio.
It's not actually based on any Jet Set Radio song. That's just a new Jet Set Radio song that Richard Jacques is composed for this game. And I think that's awesome. This stage is awesome. I love this stage.
Great strike there. Incredible.
Great job. Not fail.
Oh. Yes. Awesome.
Great combo.
Incredible. Go on.
Great boost. Firework. Awesome boost.
What? How did I hit myself with that? With that firework?
Stunt fail.
Hard. Oi.
Throw.
It has bits of actual Jet Set Radio stuff, right? Like the water tower
Get it.
is it's that one level in the
Hey, you gonna be in the spotlight.
in the sunset, that sunset level. The water tower is from there. Yeah, there are bits, but it's not specifically a level from Jet Set Radio,
Incredible.
which is fun.
Great strike there.
Great
Get
combo.
it. Yes.
Great combo. Awesome combo. Shogun has gone all-star.
Surrounded by the great strike there. Oh.
Oops, I missed that boost. I tried to look at chat in the middle of the race. I missed that boost.
Get it forward. You're on top of it, right? Don't let me down.
All-star.
I'm gonna save the All-Star for a little bit. Football! Football, everyone!
No way.
Do need to take more wrist boosts.
Red card. Yellow card.
Dark Fire Hade, I'm so glad that you bought it. It's so good. It's such a good game. Like, I still play it.
Finish. Excellent. Second.
I love this game so much. I'm basically doing this stream to to try to convince more people to play this.
Results.
I love this game. I finished single player, yes. The single player mode is really, really good.
Get ready.
If you keep at it, you can totally do it.
2.
I believe in you, Dark Firehade.
Go.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is hard. The 4 stars specifically gets really hard to do. I do not believe you need all the stars to finish it though.
Twister.
Great strike there.
You can always go back to earlier missions and get the 4 stars on those. Is my advice to you. Ah, right when I was about to boost. Come on, Vice. That's so dirty.
Sonic has gone all-star. Love. Ice.
Incredible.
Ralph has gone all-star.
I keep driving between the item boxes instead of just grabbing them.
Fireworks.
That's offside.
You do not need a controller. However, I strongly advise that you do get a controller. Because analog input is very important to driving games. But you can play with a keyboard if you do need to play with a keyboard. Maybe a PS4 one works. But PS4 one doesn't work, you can always download there's an application that changes PS4 controller inputs to Xbox controller inputs. You can use that in case a PS4 controller doesn't natively work or isn't natively recognized.
Finish.
We're always going to be the better team.
Results.
Yeah, just search for like PS4 X input. Something like that.
Select a cup. Arcade cup. Choose your different S-Class.
Alright, let's do Ooh La La.
Ooh la la.
Oh, I didn't play that much Ooh La La. So you unlock the other mods by playing with your character, right? They level up as you play with them. They acquire experience. Yeah, I skipped them. I always tend to skip them. They're not very good. The characters don't animate very well outside of the actual cards. Let's see. Let's go with the speed mod.
Speed.
I like that they can't officially reference House of the Dead because it's banned in Germany. So they just like have Kyrian mention on the House of the Dead font.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1.
There we go, full boost. Yeah, I love the House of the Dead map. It's such a good track. It's such a good track. Yeah, like House of the Dead is banned in Germany because of some dumb like video game violence hysteria, right? Because the arcade machine of House of the Dead, you know, you use a plastic gun. So some people on the German government,
Here goes nothing.
you know, used video games as a scapegoat again. You know, they looked at House of the Dead was like, this game is violent because you wield a plastic gun to shoot, you know, to shoot cartoon zombies or whatever. Even though the game is like very silly. And there are like way more violent video games nowadays. They're like, you use a gun in that one. That's so violent. I saw a kid holding a plastic toy gun at the arcade, and I was scared. What are we teaching kids these days?
You better choose the dark side.
Thank you for the follow, Darkfire Hate. You got that rare notification. In Call of Duty, I sleep. House of the Dead. Now that gets me furious, you know.
He has got stuck there.
Let's dance.
It's Ulala.
Alright.
Decaf, do you have this game? It's super cheap on Steam right now. You should grab it.
Listener, aye, aye, it's got all done. Triple play. Transform boost.
Ah, Gamma Chris, I'm so jealous of you. Man, the arcade that we have here used to be really good. You know, I played a lot of like hard to find arcade games in it. Like I played F-Zero AX, I played Outrun 2 SP on it. You know, I played Motor Raid. And of course there used to be, you know, a big 4 cabinet Daytona that used to be like a staple, right? And I went there just as a curiosity, right? I went there this week actually. Like it's right next to the place where I get my my anti-T injections. You know? And so I went there to see, because they were open, right? They were closed for like the longest time because of the pandemic. And they were open. So I went in there and I looked at it. Oh my god, I'm in 10th. How did I get in 10th? This is so bad.
Phase jump by.
Boost.
Alright.
Recovery. Finish.
Okay, at least I recovered a couple places. Hello Bip. Hello Bebrum Bames.
Results.
Yeah, these items have been very unkind to me. So I went there. I went to the arcade. And it's like, it's all raw frills machines. Daytona's not there anymore. Can you believe that?
Mod unlocked.
There's no Daytona. There's no Daytona. Everything is raw frills machines. There's like, at least there's like a cruising machine there. And a Namco machine, a Namco racer I forgot the name of. I think it's like a Fast and Furious racer that it was developed by Namco or something. And like, they don't have Daytona there anymore. They don't. They got rid of it. And it's all like raw frills machines. And there's like, there's only like Neo Geo cabinets used to be like a dime a dozen here. I've only seen like 3 Neo Geo cabinets, you know? They have like a retro game section and it's like super small. And it's all raw. Everything else is raw frills. At least it seems that they have recently imported a Taiko no Tatsujin machine. So that's fun. I'm excited to try out the Taiko no Tatsujin machine. But I'm really sad that man, there's no good arcade places over here, you know? Because, you know, all the arcades here are very oriented towards kids. So, you know, old souls like me that like, you know, old arcade games. I don't get anything, unfortunately. Also, that's true, Philzars, you know. it's hard to maintain arcade machines. I get that. So it's hard to maintain old arcade machines.
Get ready! 3, 2, 1, go!
I've never played Taiko no Tatsujin. I want to at least try it out.
Let's dance.
Wrist boost! Wrist boost! Transform boost! Boost!
Phew.
Ice! Great! Yes!
Space jump
Long
out.
shot!
There we go. I hit all my snowballs. That was awesome.
Hot rock!
I like how much I like how the tracks split a lot in this game. Check out this alternate path right here. Check this out. Bam.
Space jump out.
Long pitch!
Let's dance.
Let's dance.
Blink! Great combo! Air shot!
Let's dance.
Triple A!
What? Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Space.
There we go. Look at this cool combo that I did. That was awesome. I like that the level the character select skeleton is in this, you know?
Wrist boost!
He's just like here. We're gonna fly past him right now. Like, see right there with the blue flames. That's the character select skeleton. Choo choo choo.
Let's dance.
Choo choo choo.
Space
Choo choo choo. Ah, I love Ooh La La.
Ice! Double flip!
Let's dance.
Blowfish!
All right.
Great combo!
Space jump out.
Firework! Double flip!
What? All right.
Alex Kidd has gone all-star!
Huh?
Da 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 da.
Wrist boost! Wrist boost!
There it is. Player select skeleton. Everyone say hi to the player select skeleton. They're doing a great job out there.
Transform boost! Love!
This map is from Golden Axe. That's an old arcade Sega game that was also released on the Mega Drive, aka the Sega Genesis.
All right.
Fire! Triple flip!
Space.
I'll be honest, I've never played a lot of Golden Axe.
Finish!
I played more,
Place!
I think Golden Axe 4, I believe. on the Mega Drive than the original Golden Axe. I do need to rectify that someday. Burning Ranger stage. Like, you know, like where else are we gonna get so much love to like these very obscure Sega games? Like, when else are we gonna get this much love towards Burning Rangers, you know? There is not a Golden Axe in 2020, Darkfire Hate. I just play a lot of old games.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright.
Long shot. Scatter shot.
Reported at Ocean Park in New Zealand. Cause is unknown.
Glove. Stun.
Oh yeah, there was the prototype of an unreleased Golden Axe game released in 2020.
Ice.
Trouble once back to say that.
Scatter shot.
I love this song so much.
Base jumper. Crazy.
Doing that stage and doing that stage. Who are they? Where are they coming from? Risking their own lives. Only one thing we know. There'll always be a fighting for danger. They are Burning Rangers, go. They will never let you down. Hyper Burning Rangers, wow.
Boost. Great boost. Awesome boost.
No fear, they are love for the future. Don't worry, just believe they will be with you.
One. Reverse long shot.
Oh, come on! Ah,
Sonic has gone all-star.
the wave was slightly too low, so I didn't hit the ramp right.
Triple swarm hit.
That's the only big downside of this game, that sometimes the collision can be weird.
Nice. Alex Kidd has gone all-star.
Especially since these cars are very elongated, right? And it uses like a lot of physics stuff
Quick, there's not much time left.
to determine you know, your angle and how your car behaves once it crashes somewhere. So there's some like weird oddities that can happen because of those things.
Base jumper.
Boost.
Galaxy greetings, boys and girls.
Finish.
Oh, what did Ilala just say? She said like Galaxy greetings, boys and girls? I've never heard that line before.
Results.
Ah, I'm not doing great. To be fair, my I mean, I am kind of rusty at this game, and there's also, you know, the performance issues of running this VTuber rig and playing it at the same time. This game really does run really great on like a lot of things. It runs like perfect on my computer usually, but I am stressing out the computer a lot by streaming and then also doing this VTuber rig. Anyway, here's Rainbow Road. Look at this. It's playing right now the Space Harrier title screen theme. Da, 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 da. Da, Da 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 da.
Get ready.
And of course, the actual track theme.
2, 1, go.
It's Space Harrier. The music that plays. Of course, it's Space Harrier.
What?
Da 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 da.
Firework. Twister.
Let's dance.
So the whole thing with this stage, the thing with this stage is that the first place chooses which lane to go, right? And one lane is for airplanes, and the other lane is for boats. So basically, whoever's in first chooses whether the track transforms into an airship or a boat level for the rest of the lap. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not very good at airplane. Space Harrier is great. If you have a 3DS, Space Harrier on the 3DS is really, really good. I highly recommend the 3DS version of Space Harrier.
Space Channel 5.
Boost. Sonic has gone all-star. Blowfish.
Two, two, two.
Air shot.
Let's dance.
Air shot.
I'll take you out.
Ha! So if you're first during the third lap, you see that rocket over there? You see it? Hey, who's on that rocket? Who's on that rocket over there? Who is that? Do y'all know who that is? He's got a big thing strapped to his back. Who's that? Who's that guy right there on that rocket? Can you see him? This is a cameo that you can only see if you're entering third lap in first place. Otherwise, he doesn't show up. Do you see him? I'll drop a hint. I'll drop a hint. Yeah, it's Segata Sanshiro, baby. Look at him. He's got a Saturn strapped to his back. I'll post here the context. So basically, this is the rocket that he straps himself into in this commercial here that I posted. That's the rocket that he that he deflects from the evil Sony Corporation. and he has a Sega Saturn strapped to his back.
Ice.
It's really hard to see, right? That's why I paused over there, because you can't really see his face. And you don't get very close to him. But it is him. I believe for legal purposes, it is just a karateka man with a Sega Saturn strapped to his back. Okay, so now I get to choose. Let's go to the boat. I love the boat section of the stage. Not a big fan of the airplane section. So yeah, I mean, this game has
Space
a lot of references, right? Damn it.
Let's dance. Ha!
Super! Firework!
Damn it. Am I really gonna gonna be second? I can't catch up to Amigo fast enough.
Finish! Second place. Great work! Results!
Alright, I'll let the podium finish play. There it is. You see, it's the Dreamcast VMU. That's ages. Look at him. Look at that Dreamcast VMU. Look at him go. He's so happy. Look at him.
Select a cup.
My arm is killing me. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to call the stream. You know, like I said, I did do an injection this week, right? Of my anti-testosterone. So my arm is still really sore. I think I got injected in a muscle that that is very sensitive or something. So my arm is hurting a lot. Anyway, this was a stream, a very impromptu stream, very unplanned stream of Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. I hope you all enjoyed it. I love this game. If I got someone, and if I got at least one person out there to buy this game in this Steam sale that's happening right now, like this game is like literally like $2 right now. Like go grab it. It's so good. It's so good. Grab this game. Yeah. If you weren't here earlier, good. If you weren't here earlier, I made this stream because I'm really happy that I got the news today that I could schedule my COVID vaccine shot, and I scheduled it for this Sunday. So I got like this big rush of energy, like, oh my god, yes! I'm just so happy. So I decided to play one of my favorite games and stream it for y'all.
Select a career mode.
I thought that this day wouldn't come. The day that I would actually get vaccinated against COVID. So I'm really over the moon. So I decided to just celebrate this, just doing this impromptu stream. I'll see if I can stream a little something during the weekend also.
Select a career mode.
I don't like how this. Hold on. I know how to shut up this guy.
Select a mode. Options.
Check this out. Voice volume.
I'm loving the sound of my own voice.
If you increase the volume, he says this, right?
Keep going. Higher.
Higher.
Congratulations. You've turned up the awesome.
Look at him.
I'm loving the sound of my own voice. Keep going. Higher. Congratulations. You've turned up the awesome.
Alright. Check out what happens when I silence him.
What? You're going the wrong way. Shame on you. Don't do this to me. This is my only job. No! What? You're going the wrong way. Shame on you. Don't do this to me. This is my only job. No! What? You're going the wrong way. Shame on you. Don't do this to me. This is my only job. No!
All right, there we go. Now he's not gonna bother us.
Select a mode.
Damn it! It didn't save. Hold on. Damn it! It didn't save.
What? You're going the wrong way. Shame on you. Don't do this to me.
There we go.
This is my only
Now
job.
it's confirmed.
Select a mode.
Ah,
Sonic and all
he doesn't want to shut up. All right, you know what? Whatever. Anyway, this was the stream. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope I got some of you to get this game. I love this game. It's so good. Let's see. We're gonna raid Wife City, who's also playing another kart racer, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And so you can compare, you can compare and see that, this one's a bit better. But I'm sure Mario Kart 8 is plenty good too. Say hi to them. They're a really good streamer. They're doing a donation raid thing for them to get out of Phoenix, Arizona. They want to move out of there, go somewhere nicer. So consider donating to them also. Hold on a second. I don't seem to be able to raid them. Yeah, I don't seem to be able to raid them. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna end the stream and then I'm gonna host them. And so stay here, and we're gonna go over there. See y'all. Bye.